realm where energies intertwine, a place where you can find your light to shine. Sit back, relax, and let your mind bend. And welcome to a world where we transcend. Okay, we're live.
Hey. Hey,
Hello,
everybody.
Can you guys comment and let us know if you can hear us, please? And
Yeah.
thank you. Anybody?
Yeah, if you can hear us, let us know.
I just checked audio on the television. It's working good.
Oh, okay.
Andy
Good.
says, I hear you, Jason.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, it is a little in and out.
What about now? Can you hear me now? Listen, you know me in technology.
I know.
I don't know. Still in and out. Well, all right. Let me see what I can do. I may be able to fix it. I might not be able to.
Okay.
Let me see. Meanwhile, hello, everybody.
How's everybody doing?
I'm just going to try to fix this best I can. Sometimes if I... Is this better?
Well, that sounded good.
So you can hear me better now?
Yeah, you sound clear now.
Okay. Yay! All right. So now let's get to it. Welcome to All Signs. And this will be for the full moon in Libra. Please welcome my soul brother, Jason from Trust in the Light. If he resonates with you, please give him a subscribe. And don't forget to like this video. We're going to alternate. We'll timestamp, and those timestamps will be posted up after the video. We are glad that you're here, and we're just going to kind of pull and see what you need to know for this full moon in Libra. So let's get started.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, Bray. I really appreciate it.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have you here. It's such an honor to read with you, and I love your energy. So we'll see.
Oh, thank you.
What happens here. So you can go ahead and chat for a minute because I'm going to go ahead and pull. I'm going to pull for Aries. So I need just a minute, guys. I see Leah out there. Hey, Leah.
Hey, newbie.
The car jumped to the floor. We'll have a good flow after this first one.
Yeah.
Because I'll pull while you're reading. Okay, I got to focus. I'm wanting to look at the comments and be like, hey. Okay. Well, look who has arrived. Aries. Let me just timestamp it. 5:37. Okay, Aries. You've showed up in your reading. Okay, so that definitely means that you're showing up in your power here. We do have Libra as well. I'm not surprised. Full moon in Libra is your opposition here. So I feel like there could be something here with relationships going on, possibly communication here. We do have Gemini, the 5th house, and we have Venus, right? Love. We have the Strength card, and we also have the Lovers. So I feel like for you, Aries, you're definitely speaking your mind within a relationship. This could be very positive communication, but in some aspects, it might be a little turbulent, right? You're trying to fix something here. You're trying to work something out. And I feel like you may be having some disharmony either with yourself or with someone you're dealing with here. It's definitely strict partnerships for you, Aries, in this full moon in Libra. You're wanting something to be peaceful, calm, with Venus here. You're wanting it to be romantic. You're wanting it to be passionate. And I feel like there could be an argument or a mix-up in communication that may be like causing either you or the person you're dealing with to feel kind of like this distraught energy. You're really seeking for things to be more balanced and more peaceful. And I feel like for some of you, Aries, you may be in this situation where you're feeling like you might need to choose yourself or distance yourself energetically in order to create a balance to the emotional turbulence within some sort of a partnership, okay? Something's kind of unfamiliar to you. You're trying to work it out. You're trying to understand where someone's coming from while also having an awareness of your own feelings, what you need. For some of you, Aries, I feel like you could be letting go of something, forgiveness, or that could be happening for the person that you're dealing with. So it really feels like for some of you, Aries, you might be having a period of peace after possibly pulling back in order to balance your emotions. And that's kind of what I'm getting for you, Aries. So it's not been easy with Saturn here. Right? Relationships have been kind of hard for you. And that's what I got. So it wasn't super lengthy.
Okay. Yeah, they said the audio is still a little bit in and out.
Oh, no.
It's okay.
I'll try to put my mouth on the microphone.
Okay. Yeah, it's a hard transition time right now for a lot of people.
Yes, it really is. Like definitely that full moon in Libra is highlighting relationships with yourself and others.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now, newbie? I'm trying to put my mouth on the microphone. They said they can hear you wonderfully. It's just me being the trouble. It's me being the troublemaker. See, she says it's much better. I just have to be this close to the microphone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's do Taurus. Are you done with Aries then?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Unless you have anything to add or anything.
I didn't really have anything to add. It's just, yeah. It's kind of stepping into your own energy right now with the full moon. Like you said, it's the Emperor. So Aries is coming out in their own energy, taking charge of what they need to do and what they need to let go of. All right, Taurus. Okay. So with the Taurus, I have the World, I have the Moon, the King of Cups, Four Swords, the Tower, the Two of Swords, and then the bottom deck, I have the Nine of Wands. So, Taurus, I feel this is a time you've been maybe through some trials and tribulations lately. But it's a test. It could be even familial because I got the 10 of Pentacles underneath that. Could be familial. It could be workplace too, possibly workplace. It's a test of your resolve. We actually have the moon card here, which is appropriate for being the full moon. And beneath that, we have the Tower. So, like I said, you may have been through a lot with the Nine of Wands. It's a test of your resolve. That's I keep on hearing test of your resolve for Taurus. Something came into your life that was meant to happen. Right now, you're kind of reflecting on what you've been through. We have Four of Swords, taking a rest, kind of reflecting on what you need to do, which way you need to go. Because we also have the Two of Swords here. That kind of confirms that. And the King of Cups here. Maybe you've been up in your emotions a little bit, maybe kind of holding back on your emotions, not releasing what you have inside. Let's see if I can get any more clarification on that. Some things came to light that you may not have seen before. So we have the Six of Wands. So this is it's difficult time, but there's going to be some kind of transformation, some kind of victory coming out of it in the end. King of Cups coming up again. So this is really validating, emphasizing that energy of being in your emotions, but also being stable in those emotions. Because King of Cups he's very emotional. He's very emotional, but he also knows how to balance those emotions. He's very emotionally intelligent, I would say. He knows how to balance the intellect and the emotions. They're telling you to be at peace within yourself, reflect on what happened and why it happened, and to just take it easy. Don't overreact to what your situation is going on right now. That's what I got for Taurus.
Alrighty.
You have anything to add, Bray?
Not really. It was really good.
Okay.
The only thing is, I was feeling like for Taurus to I kept hearing like Taurus needs to definitely slow down because Taurus has felt pushed. That's all that I got extra. It was really good. You did awesome.
Okay.
So 14, 12. I'm going to start with Gemini. Okay, Gemini, we have the fourth house. We have Pisces. We have Saturn is making an appearance. Taurus is here. We have the divine masculine and feminine energies united. We have the sun card and we have the moon. Okay, so you're definitely feeling a lot of energy here when it comes to activation towards whatever your title is, whatever you're known for. So this could come through as maybe a father figure, mother could be helping you out in some way. Maybe they're helping you out publicly or something professionally. Okay, so that's just a side hit for some of you. But I feel like there's this energy where you're getting sort of like patted on the back, or you're getting like the word I'm looking for, recognized for something that you've done, something where you've put in a lot of hard work and effort, and it's been like a very slow process as you've proceeded forward. People are wanting to partner with you, Gemini, and I feel like you definitely are in an energy where you feel pretty comfortable with this recognition because you've worked extremely difficult or hard for this. You're in that energy of really bringing in like a dream to fruition, right? And it's taken an extremely long time here with Pisces and Saturn. Also, I feel like there could be some sort of a title change for some of you Geminis. Maybe you're getting into a relationship, maybe you're getting married, maybe you're going to go from like friends to dating, and you're announcing this publicly. It feels like there's something with announcing or saying something or doing something that's coming from within your heart. Fourth and 10th house access is what it really feels like here. For some of you Geminis, there's something new that you're creating. There's something new that you're going to work on, that you're going to speak about. And like I said, for some of you, it could play out as a new relationship. For some of you, maybe you found out that you're pregnant and you're going to become a mother or a father for the first time, or again, and you're announcing this publicly. Big announcement. And I feel like it's definitely something that you're proud about, happy about, because it's something that you actually want inside of your heart. And, also, I just want to say for some of you Geminis, I feel like there could be this emotional recognition for you. So if you have had like this emotional turbulence going on where things haven't felt, they were a bit confusing for you. You may meet someone here with this divine masculine feminine energy that sort of really wears their emotions in a very upfront way. Like they're very clear about how they feel. They're very clear about what their goals are. They're very clear about the structure and the long haul that they want to enter into with you. Um, and I feel like for some of you, maybe that with Pisces energy here, you're like, can I really trust this? Is this really something that I should be doing? And so you've been reflecting a lot about what is my heart desire? What do I need? What do I want? And really working through that. But I see there could be quite a big announcement. So whether that's you're getting married, or you're choosing to rush into somebody and have a relationship, or you're choosing to switch what you do for work. I mean, these are the energies that I'm picking up for this sort of Libra full moon energy. There's a lot about like romance on your mind, or creation, or creating something, and how to work through, for some of you, how to work through being in a relationship where there's romance. Maybe you were single for a period of time and you're really trying to like make sense of what's going on. Okay, so there's a lot of clarity coming where there's been confusion. And I feel like for some of you that have the guts to come forward, there's a lot of emotional recognition and validation there. If there's communication between you and a person that maybe was there for the long haul, okay, and things kind of got a little turbulent. I do feel that. I will say this too. I feel like for you, Gemini, someone really believes in you. And I think that you struggled with that for quite some time because you felt sort of like ignored and pushed to the side. And I feel like, it's been going on for so long. Maybe some of the people in and around your energy really kind of took a toll on your self-worth and like how you were feeling. But you're meeting people who validate you, who recognize you, who care about you, and it's shifting the game. It's like a game changer. Remember, Uranus is in Taurus, okay, and so it's about changing things for that future that you desire. So that's what I'm getting for you, Gemini.
Yeah, I think Gemini's been through kind of a turbulent time lately, but I think there is going to be clarity that's going to come, like you said. I'm getting that for a lot of Geminis. Okay. Let's do Cancer. So it'll be at 2012. Here, Archangels, please guide me to light and truth. Hey, Empress of Tarot. This is for Cancer.
Yes, welcome in. Hi, Empress of Tarot. How are you? We're glad you're here. Welcome in, everybody. Shorty said thank you, Jano.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, Shorty. Okay. Okay. Cancer, what I'm getting, at first we have the 5 of Wands on the bottom deck. So this is your overall energy. And then behind that, we have the 9 of Wands. So you may have felt like you've been tested lately, that you might be feeling a little worn down from a situation that you may have been going through, some kind of conflict. Now I also have the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. So something's got you up at night. Something, maybe there's a wish that you've had for some kind of situation. It may be work situation here because we also have the 3 of Pentacles as well. Financials, it could be financials, it could be your work, your little job, or something you're hoping of building. Maybe you had a setback here lately. 8 of Pentacles is underneath that, so that's kind of also saying this is work. But I do feel like we have the Libra card, the Justice here. So things are going to come into balance with this Libra full moon. It's asking you, maybe if you didn't collaborate in the past, that you may be collaborating with someone in the near future here. Maybe somebody fairly new who hasn't done this kind of line of work before. It could be, yeah, collaboration. Let's see if I can get some more clarity on what exactly is going on for Cancer. Queen of Cups and the Princess of Wands. I feel like you've been kind of in your emotions lately about the situation, but they're also pushing you to start something new. Maybe a change of directions, because we have the Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands here. So it's starting something new. Maybe they're asking you to collaborate on something that you've never done before. Start a new career. Something that's going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of fulfillment in your daily life. Let's get a little clarity on what can we do, Holy Spirit. Communicate. We have the Sun and we have the Eight of Wands. Communicate what you want. Maybe you need to talk to somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. It may have been a heartbreak too. There's Leo energy, a lot of fire here. A lot of Pentacle energy too. So this is something that's requiring a lot of patience, but it's also requiring effort too. Maybe you've been stuck on something that you've been thinking of doing, but haven't gotten off the ground. They're saying not to sit in your emotions too long, Cancer. Just to do what you want to do. And that's going to bring you a lot of happiness and a lot of clarity. And that's kind of what I got. I hope that helped.
I was channeling for Cancer that for some of you guys, there's a situation where you've done something for a really long time, and maybe someone that you work with that is like a boss or something like that. There could be a big shift and change there. And it's made you reflect on, like, do I want to continue to do this, or do I want to go a different route? And maybe some of you have considered other avenues or other ways of doing what it is that you do, like expanding that horizon. Like I got that channel while you were reading.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that.
Good. That's awesome. Hey Mojo, what's up? Hey Alban.
Hey Jojo. Hey Alban.
All right, so we'll move on to Leo. My Leos, my lions. All right, Leo. So we've got the North Node, Gemini, the 8th house. Woo. We've got Libra energy here. We've got the Prodigy. We've got the World, and we've got Capricorn. On the bottom of the deck is Aqua. Okay, so I feel like for you, there could be something here where you're communicating something. It could be communicating something that you want going towards your future, or something that's a deep desire with the 8th house here, right? I feel like you definitely have had time to sit and think about some things. And for some of you, it's been really deep thought, Leo, right? With this 8th house here, and of course, Gemini. I feel like you could be having a good talk with somebody with Libra here, and of course Gemini gracing the presence. It could be a very deep talk that allows some sort of like forgiveness and moving forward, okay, into some sort of a new cycle. So if there's been some emotional turbulence for you with someone here, Cancer right underneath, okay, of Aqua, if there's been some turbulence for you with a partnership, I feel like there could be like this communication that really kind of sets the path right, or there's some sort of clarity or some sort of understanding that's being reached between the two of you, okay? I feel like for some of you, it's almost like you needed a minute to sit with it. Or maybe the person you're dealing with needed a minute to sit with their thoughts or sit with what was going on. But there definitely could be some hard conversations, right, with the North Node there. So just kind of keep that in mind. Like, not all hard conversations mean the end all be all. It can actually be the pathway to clarity, to a breakthrough, right? And in some ways, it can also be coming to an understanding that there is no negotiation, and with the lack of negotiation, you can't, you know what I mean? It's hard to move forward. So just think about that, especially if there was some emotional turbulence going on when it comes to someone you were partnered with, or just within yourself, right? 8th house is that deep abyss of pain. It's that it's you not wanting to remanifest anything from the past and remanifest something very new, something forward projecting. And for some of you, Leos, you might be teaching something that you've learned, right? Gemini's here, right? Teaching some esoteric arts, like the 8th house is astrology. It's tarot. Maybe you're setting this new trajectory towards the North Node, the future here, by teaching what you know. For some of you, you might be really wanting to get back out there and get like a new network, or aligning with people that think like you, but also think differently, right? To like up the bar. That's definitely something. But I feel like for you, Leo, you may be finding that you're having a conversation with someone that you value very much, and bringing some sort of communication with clarity, some sort of consciousness to bring down some emotional turbulence or to find the solute or solution to some sort of emotional turbulence. I feel like there could be some sort of like renegotiating a terms in partnerships. Now that doesn't have to be a love relationship. That could be, negotiating with someone, right? Like being like, hey, we need to do this. What do you think about this? And just doing that back and forth conversation, seeing what someone desires, what someone needs, right? Eighth house is the desires that drive us forward. What is it that's driving you forward? And I feel like you are either figuring this out, Leo, or the person you're dealing with is definitely figuring this out. Maybe you're helping them by bringing consciousness. There could be quite an emotional tone to the communication. Maybe someone is opening up and becoming very emotionally available to you, Leo, as they communicate through something or try to make sense of something. Okay, that's definitely something that's coming up as well. So for you, I feel like there's going to be a pretty deep conversation that's going to bring some clarity. Okay. And I feel like it does set the tone to release whatever it was that was sort of holding something stuck, and it allows it to become anew. And the long haul structure of what's going on is definitely building up to a very good momentum, something very structured and works out well with Capricorn energy here, something that's worth your effort. I will say that with the North Node here, I feel like you're stepping out of what is comfortable at times and what has been tried and tested, and you're sort of stepping into this Aquarius energy, Leo, and saying, okay, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to do something different that I have never done. And I feel like the universe and God will definitely like bless you for this courage. Okay? That's what I feel for you, Leo, in this full moon in Libra.
Yeah, definitely. They're congratulating Leo on taking the step, and it's like the Fool card, starting a new journey, and you're going to be rewarded for that. All right, let's do Virgo. 3310. Don't mind my bird. She's just.
I like her.
Yeah.
Hi, sweetheart.
Let's see what we got for Virgo. Okay, Virgo, for the overall energy, I have the Nine of Pentacles and clarified by the Four of Wands. So you're kind of stepping out on your own here, Virgo. You're really having a glow up, actually. There's a lot more stability coming into your life with this Libra full moon, I feel. It's kind of a new step in the journey. There is a death and rebirth card here, clarified by the Knight of Swords. So there's a major transformation, and it's happened rather rapidly at that too. It might actually be in your communication too. Maybe you're stepping out into more learning to be more communicative than you have been in the past. There is some kind of wish though here in the past that really didn't turn out the way you thought it would, because we have the Nine of Cups by the Four of Cups. It didn't turn out the way you thought it would, but it's actually a blessing in disguise, because what was supposed to happen wasn't for you. Maybe you were up in your head about how things should have been. Seven of Swords energy. So there was some kind of deception. Maybe you saw through what had happened in the past, and there was a major ending here, Ten of Swords. But you know, the Ten of Swords, there's always light at the end of tunnel here. You can see the light, the sun rising after this ending, and that's what I think is bringing in this Nine of Pentacles energy here. And it is bringing more stability than you had in the past. It's a major, major life change, I feel, that you've recently gone through, and it's going to continue into the future for you. Let's pull a few more. See what else I get. Okay, I pull an oracle card, and this says pleasure, enjoyment, beauty, sensuality, indulgence. You're also finding a lot more of that in your life. Maybe you were kind of stuck in a rut in the past, and you're actually finding a lot more joy in your life. And beneath that, we got emotions. Yeah, maybe somebody betrayed you in the past year, Virgo. But it's also that betrayal you may see as hurt, but actually was a blessing in disguise, because it broke you away from a situation you really didn't want to leave. And there may have been a tower here in the recent past. It kind of forced the change. But it's actually turning out better than what you expected had before this major change. And it's bringing you into a better sense of self. We have Strength card. It's giving you a lot more strength. Five of Wands. It's giving you strength. You're actually losing the conflict that you had before, because we have the Eight of Wands. That's fast moving forward energy. You're changing a lot, Virgo. And it's a change for the better, actually. Do you have anything that you got from that, Bray?
The only thing that I feel is like fast energy for them. I feel like things are definitely going to move in trajectory for them, and that's just kind of what I picked up. I think it'll be slow as the sun ingresses into Taurus, but after that, I feel like it's going to pick up. That's what I feel. Just like channeled wise, but it was great. You did good.
Okay, great. You like the sound of the birds?
They are peaceful. I don't mind.
Yes.
I had a parakeet, so I really, and the birds.
Did you?
Singing. Yeah, like I like them.
Yeah.
Leah says she likes.
This is a parrot, so.
Parrot. All right, 3930 for Libra. All right, Libra. We've got Aries. We've got the sixth house. We've got Saturn. We've got the moon. Okay. We've got the Alchemist. We've got the Sun card, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. On the bottom of the deck, we have Aqua Energy gracing our presence. So, I feel like for some of you, there's definitely this energy where you feel the need, Libra, to protect your energy. Okay, with Aries here, maybe you have a lot going on with the sixth house. Like you're trying to maintain your balance, you're trying to maintain, your energy, you're trying to maintain your routines, whatever it is that you're doing. And for some of you, I feel like with this full moon, you're really reflecting upon why you felt the need to protect yourself, or why you felt the need to really focus on that, or for some of you, you're really looking at how you met somebody that you had an emotional attachment to, or you felt strongly with, and how you sort of created space and created time for this individual in your life, in your world, and it created a little bit of strain with Saturn there, right? You're very busy. There's a lot going on. But I feel like you definitely feel the need right now to protect your energy for some reason here. You can apply that as needed. And I feel like for you, there could have been like, with Aries and Saturn, there could have been like a lack of someone that you're dealing with coming towards you, like how an Aries does, like full on throttle, or like maybe they were being too chill about it, or too indecisive or something about a situation that you were dealing with, which created a little bit of that contraction of Saturn. Okay. And you're like, really looking at how you feel, what it is that you desire with the sun and the moon here, what is the truth, what is consciousness, what's subconscious, you know what I mean? How am I feeling? What's the desire? What am I wanting? Where am I wanting this to go? Okay. I feel like for some of you, you could be a little upset in some ways, shape, or form here with someone who you feel like may have sort of squandered your emotions. Okay, you might feel that way. I don't think that you're speaking about it. I think that maybe you are, I'm hearing work harder, get stronger. So maybe you're like working out to like transmute the energy, Libra. Maybe you're focusing and prioritizing your health as a way to sort of transmute the energy as well. But I feel like you really put your heart on the line here. Leo, the sun energy is about that pure romance. It's about, big heart, like all in, man, like, big love. And then the moon is here saying, I put all I had into something here, but it just didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't feel like it was going towards alchemizing, right? I had everything that I needed. I'd done everything right. So it's definitely not something that you're blaming yourself for, Libra. I feel like, it could have really brought up some emotional turbulence from the person you were dealing with here, Maybe you just was so pure, or you like was very open about like what you wanted, or, you actually, I don't know, fucking reciprocated like emotionally or something like that. And they aren't used to that at all, right? Aquarius energy here. It's like they're in unfamiliar terrain. Like it wasn't something that was easy for them to deal with. And maybe your clarity on how you feel was a bit disturbing to this person. Okay, so it caused a little bit of disruption between you and this individual. I feel like things could be quiet right now with Saturn here on the board, but I do feel like there could be a conversation with Gemini here. There could be a conversation that's had here. It seems like after this full moon energy, that could bring some sort of like, and it's definitely going to be received for you, Libra. So conversation or communication received by you, Libra, from this person. It sort of, I don't know, it places some consciousness or perspective on like why this person may have sort of pulled back a little bit, or why this person may have gotten the need to sort of be quiet. Okay. It's a little complicated for you, Libra. I mean, of course, you are the star of the show. I don't know, I just feel like you were really in it for divine oneness with somebody. Like, I feel like you put it all on the line, Libra. I feel like you entered into a connection, and I feel like the person that you're dealing with got a little spooked. Okay? That's what I feel like. I feel like, it felt a little out of rhythm for you because you were like all in, and this person may have been a little bit resistant. I feel like they could have been all in with Aries here in the beginning, but then sort of maybe they pulled back with that Saturn and they're like, well, I can't do this because of this activity for this day or something like that with sixth house, or maybe work, or I have to help somebody. I have to do this for somebody. There's a lot of excuses coming out on the board here. But I really feel like for you, there is this desire, Libra, for you to not be overwhelmed, and this situation is a little bit emotionally turbulent for you. So like, I feel like, you're looking more inside of yourself, which is the right thing to do, right? To recalibrate your energy, looking at your health, looking at going forward. And that the clarity is coming that you need here. And I really feel like for a lot of you Libras, you really felt this unconscious trigger from the person that you're dealing with. Like, it's not anything that you did, right? So I feel like right now for you in this full moon in Libra, that you're going to really focus on that emotional relationship with yourself, right? Because even if you're partnered right now, I feel like things are a bit turbulent and you're going to focus on yourself, which is beautiful, But don't say I didn't tell you so. You're going to get communication from this person about what's going on. But you already know. You already know the answer to it. But I really feel like with Saturn here in the sixth house, it's like this shedding of the old you too. If we're talking about you. So it's like being able to emotionally partner with yourself, being your own best friend, being there, partnering with yourself is like the last portion of the shedding of the old and becoming the new I am for you. That's what I'm getting for you, Libra. So hopefully that helped. hopefully
That's awesome.
you understand that. But and going towards the future, what desired future you seek, and that last bit of it is shedding that old in. But that's what I got.
That was really good. It hit a little close to home.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's definitely a season of change. It's a sense of a renewal, a sense of shedding the old self to become the new self, a better sense of self. Not just relationships with others, but relationship with self. That's what it comes down to. Let's see. The Scorpio. Let's see. 4750. Okay, Scorpio. So what I got here, the overall energy is the Three of Wands, followed by the Six of Wands. That to me is, it's kind of like that song, I Feel It Coming. Because you feel something's coming that you've been waiting for quite a while. The ships are coming in. You feel that victory. You feel that something beautiful is coming in, because we also have the Hierophant clarified by the Two of Cups. So something you may have a relationship coming to you, Scorpio. Something that you've been wanting for a long time. So something beautiful. We have the Hierophant, Two Cups, so it's a very committed, stable relationship. But the one thing is, you may have been up in your head. You're kind of stuck up in your head too, because we have Eight of Swords clarified by the Lovers. So some kind of love situation, I feel, is weighing heavily on your mind, and you're kind of stuck in your thoughts about it. heavily so. We also have the Knight of Pentacles followed by the Ace of Pentacles. So that kind of goes with the overall energy. You've been waiting for something, that you may have been wishing for something. To me, Ace of Pentacles is wishing for something, and finally, the wish is being finally granted to you. You've been waiting a long time for this. So I feel the time is finally coming in, and it's coming in soon. Let's see what else we can get here. We have Taurus, we have Gemini. We have the Fool, Queen of Pentacles. I also feel like you found a lot of stability in your life. The Fool is a new start. So something big is coming for you, Scorpio. I feel like something, yeah, that you've been wishing for, hoping for a long time. It's finally coming in. They're also telling you to be a little careful about not getting overly in your head about it. Just let it flow, let it come naturally on its own. Whatever is meant for you will come for you. But when this comes, I feel like there will be no confusion. You're kind of gonna be able to finally let your card down, like breathe at last. 'Cause I know Scorpios, they're all about this stability, loyalty, honesty, sound, music, silence, rhythm, vibration. Music could be very important to you, Scorpio. Maybe you just absolutely love music. Maybe it's part of your everyday life. Maybe you even play music. You see here, she's actually playing an instrument here. But there's some kind of creativity that's going to come out of this too. That's other side message I got too. Maybe it's taking up a new passion that you've been wanting to take up. But there's a lot of good things coming for you, Scorpio. I do feel it's heavily relationship based. And that's what I got for you, Scorpio. Do you have anything else from that, Bray?
Channeling, I just got that Scorpio is going to have some sort of like a healing and release when it comes to some sort of relationship burden or pain that they've had for an extended period of time. That's the channeling that I got.
Yeah, that could be the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords and
Yeah,
Lovers.
it's a deep pain, something that that has been with them for a while, and I feel like they definitely are going to have a lot of blessings after that because it really allows them to understand what it is that they truly desire. And I can tell you what they desire is not a repeat of that. You know what I mean?
No, definitely not. No repeats.
No, no.
Does this sound better, guys? No? So I feel like I can hear you more clearly now.
You and I together are so like chill. I bet you they're all asleep. All right, Sagittarius.
All right.
Saggy. I got you coming in your own energy here, so that's definitely good. I feel like that's always a beautiful thing when you're reading for someone and you pull up their energy. We have Transcendent perspective, we have Virgo energy. We also have Sagittarius. We have Sagittarius again, Uranus in the fourth house. So I feel like for you, Sag, that a little tough reading here. I feel like, there could be some sort of like a greater understanding here, maybe a truth, right? With you crowning the reading here, energetically speaking. With Uranus here, maybe it's you seeing some sort of a truth here that's completely allowing you to see in a different way that you never have before. Maybe it's actually changing your philosophy, Sagittarius, or it's changing the way that you view things, right? Sagittarius are notorious for gaining their wisdom from living, experiencing it through doing. I feel like for you, Sagittarius, right now, and I hate to say this, like I feel like you're looking for a logical explanation for something. Okay. You're trying to remove, you're working really hard to try to remove some emotion as you sort of contemplate something here, or you are trying to get to the truth or the understanding of something here. Because see, the fourth house is here, right? So it's like Uranus is touching the fourth house, saying, okay, we really need to look at this in a way that's logical, right? Like we gotta kind of push back the emotion a little bit because we're trying to expand, or we're trying to get the truth, we're trying to have an understanding here. I feel like for you, Sagittarius, there could be some people in around your energy. Maybe it's people you work with in a group, or it could be some group friends or something like that, or a friend that you feel like you need to suspend some action towards in order to gain some sort of truth, clarity, or understanding. You feel like there could be someone who is pulling on your emotional cords. You know what I'm saying? Like making it difficult for you to sort of get to the bottom of something because they're keeping you in an emotionally turbulent state. So I don't know if it's someone who's intentionally doing that, and you're like, I really don't want that. I want to kind of pull back a little bit. So that's you sort of pulling back energetically, like really looking at who you give your energy to, who you help with Virgo here, right? Because this is service, Are you helping someone who may be deceiving you, may not be giving you the right kind of like information? And I'll tell you this, Sag, I see multiple people that I donate to, and I'm not telling you this to get accolades. I'm telling you because it's pertinent. I do things for them. And I had a person once look at me and say, how can you do that? Like, what if they do A, B, and C said thing with whatever money you're giving them? I said, it's not my business. My business is to help. What they do with that, they take up with God. God put it on my heart to help, and that's what I'm doing. And I don't question that, So if you're really feeling like, you need to help somebody, Sag, it's really important, yes, to kind of tame that emotional turbulence because you're very intuitive and you're action driven. So if you feel that pull to do something, then yes, you should. But if you're quite emotional and you're not really in your energy and your power, which I find hard to state because you're here and you're reading, then maybe just create a little bit of a distance there, suspend the action for a moment just so you can recalibrate your emotions and sort of be able to go towards the energy, maybe check and direct it in a way that's coming from your instinct, right? Your intuition, and not so much emotional turbulence or emotional energy, which would be energy emotion. I feel like there is someone that you do trust, Sag, okay? And there is someone that you definitely, they might be a little bit unconventional, but they're very intellectual. You do trust this person. You do value what they think, This could be a family member with the fourth house here. And I feel like you may be talking to this person. You might be speaking some sort of truth or like talking it out with this person. Like, what do you think? You know what I mean? You're confiding in someone that you trust. But I feel like for a period of time, Sag, you may have been pretty isolated because, like, you feel like someone could have been taking you for an emotional ride, or like they weren't being honest or something like that, and is really, maybe they were putting tasks on you that you felt like wasn't your responsibility, but you were doing them anyway, like harboring a bit of resentment, and it's about really freeing up your time, effort, and energy. Your energy's finite, Sag, so you can only do what you can do. So rake off the things off your plate that isn't your priority, right? That's draining you, or like that energy of where you feel like you're losing your energy. I feel like you could be getting overwhelmed either with a group at work or like a group in general. I kind of feel that, Sag. Maybe a friend. It could be just like a friend. You're getting overwhelmed. Maybe somebody's wanting more and more and more from you, and you're like, the fuck? Like, you're trying not to be a Sagittarius, okay? So you're being quiet because not everyone can handle your true Sagittarius, But I feel like, with this fourth house here, there could be some sort of like get together within your home, emotional availability, get together within your home, celebration of some sort, emotional availability to the select few that you trust, right? Yours is a little bit more sporadic and all over the place, but I feel like, you're going to be letting go with this hangman here, suspending action, letting go of relationships that aren't reciprocated. That's what I feel like. So that list is really big, Sag. It's a pretty big one, okay? And not everybody may be happy about this. So advice to the wise: if you got a Sag in your life, and you've been on some fuck shit, you might want to reevaluate that if you want to stay in the Sag's life.
Yep.
But it feels like those that you value, Sag, you're really going to be close to with this full moon in Libra. But it's really you celebrating a win with the people that you value, because I really feel like, Sagittarius, like all that work you've put into something here, you're getting some sort of a wish with Uranus here. And like this definitely brings in people who they're not really your people, and who your people are, and they might be really, you might really shock some people, because you may get some sort of a wish, and you keep your circle small, Sag. You celebrate with those people that you can confide in with trust and truth, and if you was feeling a sense of like being rejected, you won't now, because everybody gonna want a piece of Sag. So that's what I'm getting for you. Wish come true, I love you, Sag, and I know it's been tough for you. So.
Yep. Well, yeah, I got that too. I got exactly what you said. And I kept on hearing that you got to be careful who you're giving your energy to. You have to be careful on how much your energy you're giving to somebody, because some people might ask too much of you, and you don't want to spread yourself out so thin that you kind of lose yourself in the process. Value your energy most of all. And that's what's going to make room for the blessings to come. So there's something unexpected that's going to come to Sagittarius, as long as they can make the room for that to come in.
Do you need an intermission?
Do you need it?
Do you? I'm asking you.
As
a nurse,
I'm good right now.
Okay, I was just gonna say, as a nurse, I don't want you sitting over there holding it if you need to void or something. Like, that's not good.
No.
If you need to go, you just go. Okay.
I'm good. Yep. All right, Capricorn. Let's see, 104.25. Holy Spirit, archangels, please guide me to light and truth. First, only truth. See what we got for the cats. Okay. Capricorn, I see a lot. You kind of come into your power. We have the Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands. You're starting to come into your power, Capricorn. You're having a lot of people drawn to you, or will be drawn to you soon, because there was a major death and rebirth that you decided, a huge change. You had a lot of, I see a lot of fire, Five of Wands. You're kind of letting go of a situation that may have been toxic. I say that's because we have this death card, and in this death card there is a rose here. It kind of feels like it was like a poisoned rose, something that may have seemed beautiful, but it was bringing you a lot of drama, a lot of negative energy. You've kind of let that die off. We have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups here. So you kind of removed yourself from the emotions that you were in, and you're the Queen of Swords. You kind of cut it off, and now you're kind of taking on this rest now, Capricorn. And we also have the Eight of Cups. That's walking away from something that was not fruitful, that was giving you a lot of headaches, a lot of strain in your life. If you haven't done this, they're encouraging you to walk away from something that wasn't bringing you any happiness. Maybe at first you thought it did. Because like it and the death card, they had a beautiful rose, but I keep on being told it's a poisoned rose. It's false, a false happiness, and kind of saw through it. It wasn't bringing you peace. Maybe on the outside it may have seemed great, but there was a lot of inner conflict, and your intuition kept on going off, trying to get you to leave. Maybe you resisted it for a while, but now that you're leaving, you're having a glow up that's going to kind of happen here. So there's a big opportunity. We have the King of Cups, clarified by the Nine of Swords. So there was a lot of anxiety here. Maybe you kept it in. Maybe you didn't tell anybody about what anxiety you had inside. King of Cups is emotional. They're balanced in emotionals, but they kind of keep those emotions inside and expressed in other ways. But that's clarified by the Nine of Swords. So I felt like maybe you kind of hid what you were going through from an outside world. People didn't really know what was going on because you kind of hid it within yourself. Now that you're kind of releasing those emotions and you cut off the situation, that's going to bring you a lot more happiness. Let's clarify this Queen of Wands and Ace of Wands. I'd like to see what kind of opportunities are going to come for you with this release. Let's clarify that. Okay. Well, it's going to bring you a lot of happiness, that's for sure. This is Leo energy. King of Cups came up again, so you're going to have a lot more happiness within yourself. We do have the Five of Wands, but it's clarified by the Seven of Wands. So maybe you're learning to fend off of those attacks, learning to guard yourself against that chaos. I hear chaos. That's what I'm channeling. Chaotic energy. You're removing yourself from it. You're learning to set boundaries within yourself to not allow that to come back in the future. So that is kind of a karmic lesson, Capricorn, for you. It's a karmic lesson, but it's going to bring in a lot more happiness, a lot more self-love, and it's actually going to radiate out into your life with the Ace of Wands. Huge opportunities, a lot of fire, a lot of passion coming into your life. Maybe you're starting up a new passion, a new career, something that's going to bring you a lot of fulfillment that you probably did not have before. That's what I got. Anything for you, Bray?
That was super accurate. Like during, like when I come back in here, I got a channeling for like chaos for sure. And I think that a lot of Capricorns are separating from a partnership that they've been in that's been extremely turbulent, or in some way, shape, or form, they've had to sort of choose their self. There is this energy where they've been given a lot in relationships that wasn't reciprocated. And I think that this is a good time for Capricorns, specifically like this full moon in Libra, because they're really like focusing on their accomplishment and achievement of their selves. You know what I mean? Where they've given so much to other people.
Definitely.
For sure. There's something with home and family roots that's coming up too, like just channeling wise. Like maybe there's something shifting or changing within your home, or maybe you're moving or something like that, or like maybe there's like some sort of reconciliation, or like talking to a family member maybe coming up on the board for play there.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Awesome. I like it.
All right. Aqua. My Aqua babies. 1/12/36.
Okay. I'll step away
All
for a
right. Okay. Aquarius. So we have Gemini, ninth house, Mercury. So there's a lot of like a lot of thoughts here, but I feel like bigger thoughts. Ninth house, transcendent thoughts, like truthfulness, communication, expansion, right? That's where the mind is on right now. I have you coming up in your reading, Aquarius. I have the Tower. So it's been quite turbulent, shifting, changing. The world. So there's like a newness here in the energy. And then, of course, Cancer energy here. So it's pulling up that moon energy, the full moon in Libra. I've got Justice on the bottom of the deck. And I've got Capricorn. So I feel like some of you Aquariuses have really been reflecting on whether you want to be in a relationship and like what that means to you, what it is that you desire, what it is that you need, right? And I feel like some of you are really coming to like, what is the truth of what I need? Do I need freedom with the ninth house here? Do I need adventure, fun, something, where there's movement, right? So maybe you've felt a sense of like not being able to move in the past, and now things are moving forward, but it's like, it's got you in this energy of like, is this what I truly want? Okay, so there is some of that energy there. And I feel like some of you might feel a bit of a turbulence. It could be from a family situation here, or there could be some turbulence in the energy where you feel like you're not free, or like a connection makes you feel a bit stuck or a bit like burdened or weighed down. Okay, not in a bad way for some of you. It's just a lot going on. You could be moving homes. You could be moving. Could be something going on within the home, within some sort of family dynamic. Here. And for some of you, this could just simply be you taking a trip because you're exhausted and you just kind of want to go have some fun or do something. So like maybe for some of you, you're like, you know what? That cruise I wanted to take, and I said, no, I couldn't do it because I have all of these responsibilities. I'm going to go on that cruise. So it could be that, like you're going on a trip with the ninth house here. You're like making that decision to agree to go on a trip. And to have some fun in your life. You need some adventure and fun. So for some of you Aquariuses, if you're in a relationship where there's boredom, you're gonna start some shit. Like you you got to keep things fun there. There's got to be like movement and like that's the truth. That's what you need, right? You need some freedom. That's what I'm feeling. Like some spontaneity or something. Like you need someone's gonna oppose you a little bit and start some shit with you. You know what I mean? Like keep you on your toes. I feel like you have found yourself in a very emotionally turbulent situation. I don't know if it's a home situation. I don't know if it's uh, someone bringing up emotions for you, but I feel like you kind of like you're looking at a situation with your energy here, and you're like, I really don't want to deal with this emotional turbulence. I just want to have fun. Like I want things to be good and peaceful, and I want to sort of look at this from a logical perspective. And maybe some of you've had to shut your emotions down in order to be able to see the truth of what it is that you need to do or where you need to go or what route, right? To sort of balance out the thinking, the thought process, because there's been a lot going on with the tower here. Lots of transformations and sudden shifts and changes. Your ruling planet is in Scorpio, energy. So that's a lot of transformation. Looking at the foundation of something and truly looking at it and being like, is this really what I want to build? Is this the foundation I want to build off from? And I feel like for you, there's some emotional turbulence on expansion and truth. Maybe you aren't quite feeling it, emotionally for someone that you once did, and you kind of are like, I don't know really how to make sense of this. But it's because there's a lack of freedom. There's a lack of freedom within that connection. There's a lack of fun. You're bored. You're bored, Aquarius. And I feel like for you, your financial situation has been difficult for you, Aquarius, to the point where you haven't taken that trip or you haven't done those things that you wanted to do, or something financial seems to be coming up in the energy where you didn't have the funds available. And I feel like you will. There's something shifting in your money, in your money and your financials, that allows you to travel the world or start some sort of a new beginning. Maybe it is a new beginning that put a little constriction on your financials at one point, and you're getting that worked out because the dust from the tower is settling, right? Like, but there is some sort of a truth that you face. This is going to get deep for just a moment, Aquarius, and we know you don't like that, but I gotta shoot it to you straight here. Sagittarius, some of you might really be looking at rejecting a partnership that you thought you would always be in because, like, you're seeing the truth that this person was not what you thought they were, which is very painful. And you went through great lengths to sustain a relationship, to be that one, to do the thing that needed to be done, or be the knight in shining armor, or the princess in shining armor that this person needed. And, there was some sort of distance with the ninth house. And it's like, now that you're in the same energy, it's like, you just are like, yeah, this is not what I thought it was going to be like, I hate to say that because I know that's not what you want to hear, but it's really about, what it is that you want to build here. And I feel like what you once wanted as a wish, a hope, a dream, that's not, it's this person's not checking those boxes off, right? I was having a conversation with a Pisces friend of mine, and we were talking about how do you decide if especially for you, Aquarius, because you're wanting to take a very logical approach with this, like how do you decide if something's for you or not for you. Well, you can make a list of the dream and a list of the nightmare, and if this person's checking off more boxes on the nightmare, that's pretty much your answer, you know. And I think that's kind of a shocking thing for you because you really invested a lot. Now, if you're an Aquarius that's dating a Capricorn, specifically speaking, I feel like you are getting really tired. Not tired of like their shit, but like you're really tired because you know you feel like you're hitting a almost like a brick wall at every turn. And not saying you're going to give up. We all know you're tough, Aquarius, but it's just like there could be some negotiations on the table of like, okay, how do we get past this? How do we move forward? What would be your responsibility and my responsibility? What can we do to free up some time to have fun? So that's also a conversation that might be being had here, you know? And Aquarius, there's just some people you don't agree with. I hope it's not your partner, but you know, it might be a partner's family members or something. There's just some people that you don't agree with, and you know, you're not going to always agree with everybody, Aquarius. You're not, and that's okay. You know, if those aren't your people, they're not your people. You know, you're entitled to your truth, and they are entitled to theirs. And this could be you sort of rejecting some people or an idea of something that was once a wish or a dream because you're seeing the reality, and that's a tough reading. I wish you the best, Aquarius. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
well, thank you, Casey. It's good to see you.
Hey, Casey. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, the Aquarius, try to get out of your head a little bit about trying to make everything right with everybody because you can. You can't force somebody to like you, to love you, to be what you want them to be. And there's a time to let go and let go of a situation, even though it may seem like a wish fulfillment. That's what I got out of it. All right. Well, let's do the last sign. Let's see. Pisces. So we're at 122.40. Okay, Pisces. I feel like this whole full moon for you has been the overall energy is the Seven of Wands and clarified by the Hermit. It's about learning to set your boundaries within yourself, set boundaries with others, pulling back your energy from something that was really taking away your happiness because we have the Sun clarified by the Five of Pentacles. So I feel someone or some situation was taking away what joy you had, and they're asking you to remove yourself from it with this full moon. This full moon is a lot about changing harmony in relationships. It's also learning to let go of what relationships are not for us. There's Four Pentacles clarified by the Star too. So yeah, that's pulling back within yourself, allowing that healing, that hermit energy, looking within, seeing light within yourself. Maybe you have a lot of issues with self-confidence, Pisces. I get that too. Maybe that's something that you need to work on. Maybe somebody is not helping in that situation. Maybe they're making you feel worse about yourself. And we have the Four of Cups in the reverse, clarified by the Three of Pentacles. Four of Cups in reverse. Maybe you're giving your all to a situation and it didn't turn out how you really wished it had been. It's kind of like Aquarius got. This could also be some kind of project too that you had put your all your effort into that didn't turn out the way you wanted to. I got that as a side message as well. You put your everything into someone or something, it didn't turn out the way you wanted to. You're asking you to be more confident in yourself, set your boundaries within yourself, and rely more on yourself than rely on others at this time. Go within, find your happiness, and that'll bring you a lot of healing. But something is definitely in your energy that's not helping you, that needs to be released. See what else we got. Three of Pentacles came out again. The Tower. Three of Pentacles, Tower, Two of Wands. So you're making a choice, kind of seeing what path you're going to go on. King of Cups. He's the emotional fulfillment within himself. So it's kind of confirming to me the Hermit energy, going within yourself. Four of Pentacles, kind of taking within yourself that healing that needs to be done. So it's a lot of releasing during this full moon, Pisces, for you. I feel a lot of releasing, and that's going to bring a lot of healing, a lot of happiness within yourself. Let's see what's the outcome overall, Holy Spirit. Inspiration, ideas spark conception, impulse. So maybe start doing something, some creative. A lot of Pisces have a lot of creative abilities, so they're really asking you to find that spark within yourself, and go towards that more than relying on others. It's all about going within, and that's what I feel the energy is for you with this full moon in Pisces. Do you have anything, Bray?
All I channeled was that there is this need to tell Pisces that you are very protected by God, by Creator, and like there has been a lot of turbulent situations within your life for quite some time, and just know that you're protected, and also pull back when you need to. You know, Pisces is that 12th house. It needs space, or it needs that time to recalibrate, right? To separate all of the energies that dissolve into theirs, so that they can sort of like recharge up and power up to be able to be strongly connected, right? I feel like the turbulence has made them tired, you know, at times. I feel like for some of them, they were dealing with like a turbulent partner or just a turbulent situation in general. So the main thing was just to tell you guys that you're protected. And if there's anything that sort of severs that real strong connection with God, you know, or that spiritual connection, then that's what needs rest, or the hangman is what I got.
Awesome.
So we did it. We did it.
We did it.
All 12 signs in 1 hour and 29 minutes. That was like record time. This was the best
I
live
know.
ever. The energy, I loved it. It was wonderful. It was amazing reading with you. I knew it was going to be very calming and
It was
wonderful.
amazing reading with you.
It was. To all of you, check out Trust in the Light for Jason. That's his channel. If you love him like I do, Soul Brother, give him a like and subscribe because he's amazing. And hopefully we'll get to do this more in the future. Because I really
and anybody who's watching, make sure you subscribe to Transcendence. Bray is awesome.
Hopefully we do this in the future because I really enjoyed this. You're a wonderful reader.
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful, intuitive person. So thank you so much, Jason, for coming. And
thank you, Bray.
Thank you to everyone who showed up. We love you guys, our soul family.
Yes, we love you.
Greatly appreciate each and every one of you. We wish you a wonderful, blessed day and evening and every day as you proceed forward. And I always say, until I see you again, transcend. Do you want to add anything, Jason?
Just transcend, like you said. It's all about growth.
All right.
I'm all about growth. Yes.
Love you guys.
I got you.
Peace out.
Yep.
Thank
Peace
you
out.
so much.
Bye.